Throughout history, societies across the world have revered powerful goddesses, divine figures who embodied beauty, wisdom, nature, and the cycles of life. While some of these deities like Athena or Isis have maintained their place in collective memory, many others have faded into obscurity, hidden in mythologies that are rarely told. The goddesses we're exploring today were once central to the spiritual beliefs and lives of people from regions as diverse as ancient Persia, the Arctic, and the Caribbean. They provided answers to life's mysteries, protection for communities, and represented the feminine in all its diverse forms, from nurturing mother to fierce warrior. Yet today, they are seldom mentioned or revered. What makes these forgotten goddesses unique is their intimate connection to nature, transformation, and resilience. They embody complex archetypes that don't fit neatly into one mold. Each goddess offers her own set of powers, virtues, and challenges. Some are goddesses of light and joy, while others rule over darker realms, serving as guides to both life and death. This journey will introduce you to their stories, as well as the cultural beliefs that surrounded them. For each goddess, we'll uncover the rich myths, rituals, and wisdom that were once known and celebrated by ancient societies, but have since slipped into the shadows of history. So, why were these powerful figures forgotten? In part, it's a story of changing times and beliefs. As dominant religions spread and reshaped spiritual landscapes, these goddesses were often overshadowed, vilified, or redefined to fit new religious paradigms. But even though their names might be less known today, their influence can still be felt. In this journey through the hidden pantheon, we'll rekindle the memory of these divine figures, bringing their stories back to life and exploring what they still offer in terms of lessons and inspiration. Prepare to meet the goddesses who once walked among mortals, wielding forces of nature and spirit in ways that are as captivating now as they were centuries ago. The first of these hidden goddesses is Nana Buluku, a primordial mother goddess venerated by the Fon and Yoruba peoples in West Africa and later in Caribbean spiritual traditions. Nana Buluku is a creator deity, believed to be the mother of the powerful twins Mowu and Lisa, who together represent the sun and moon. Her story speaks of a deep, life-giving force that not only created but continues to sustain the cosmos. Unlike many deities who represent specific elements or areas of life, Nana Buluku is the origin of all things, an embodiment of life itself. This gave her a unique place of reverence, not only as a nurturing figure, but as a goddess holding cosmic power. In African mythologies, Nana Buluku is not bound by human characteristics. Rather, she exists as an all-encompassing presence that represents pure potential and balance. Her creation story illustrates how divine femininity can be both powerful and profound, existing beyond human comprehension. Next, we explore Cybele, the Great Mother of Phrygia, whose worship later spread through Greece and Rome. Cybele is a goddess deeply connected to nature and wild animals, known for her fierce, untamed energy. She is often depicted in the company of lions, her animal companions, symbolizing her dominance over the natural world and her primal, unyielding power. Cybele's rituals were known for their ecstatic nature, filled with music, dancing, and sacrifices, a celebration of life's unrestrained force. She represents an ancient and raw version of femininity, not constrained by social rules, but existing as an embodiment of the Earth's wild spirit. Cybele's mythology is filled with tales that reflect the unpredictability and intensity of her power. In one story, she is associated with the figure of Attis, a beautiful youth who became her devoted follower. Their tragic relationship, filled with passion and madness, symbolizes the uncontrollable aspects of nature and human desire. The followers of Sibile, known as the Gali, would reenact the myth of Attis in elaborate rituals, some even choosing to live lives of renunciation to honor her. Her cult spread widely, with temples and ceremonies dedicated to her across the Mediterranean. But her rites were often regarded with a mixture of awe and fear. Though Sibile was revered in her time, she eventually faded from prominence as the worship of other deities took hold. Yet, her spirit and symbolism linger in the cultural memory as an archetype of the earth itself. Fierce, nurturing, chaotic, and endlessly powerful. Through Cybele, we catch a glimpse of the side of femininity that embraces independence, wildness, and connection to the natural world. Her story invites us to consider the forces in our lives that we cannot control, urging us to find strength in the untamed and to honor the balance between structure and chaos that she so powerfully embodies. In Slavic folklore, Baba Yaga stands out as a unique figure, both feared and respected. Often depicted as an old witch who lives deep within the forest, Baba Yaga embodies a complex archetype that blends wisdom, magic, and mystery. She is not a goddess in the conventional sense, but she occupies a powerful place within the spiritual landscape of Eastern Europe, where she serves as a guardian of the natural world and a mediator between the living and the dead. Baba Yaga's hut, perched atop chicken legs, symbolizes her otherworldly nature and her connection to the untamed wilderness. She is known to test those who come to her, often posing riddles or setting challenging tasks that reveal the true character of her visitors. Baba Yaga's role as a transformational figure is evident in the stories of those who seek her out. She is often portrayed as a wise crone who can grant gifts of knowledge or magic, but only to those who prove themselves worthy. In many tales, she embodies the cycles of life, death, and rebirth, teaching those who encounter her that transformation requires facing one's fears and embracing change. Her image as a fearsome old woman belies the wisdom she offers, and those who approach her with respect are often rewarded with insight and guidance. Baba Yaga teaches us that true transformation is not easy. It demands courage, honesty, and the willingness to confront the unknown. Despite her fearsome reputation, Baba Yaga remains a beloved figure in Slavic folklore, representing a powerful aspect of feminine wisdom that is often overlooked. Amaterasu, the sun goddess of Japanese mythology, shines as one of the most powerful and revered deities of the Shinto pantheon. Known as the illuminator of heaven, she is both the bringer of light and the protector of order in the world. According to Japanese myth, Amaterasu rules the celestial planes and brings light and warmth to all. Her influence on Japanese culture and spirituality cannot be overstated, as she represents the sustaining power of the sun and the guiding force that ensures balance in nature. Many legends surrounding her emphasize her role as a benevolent yet firm protector, keeping the natural world in harmony through her presence. One of the most famous stories of Amaterasu involves her temporary retreat into a cave, leaving the world in darkness. This withdrawal came about after a dispute with her brother, Susanu, the storm god, whose reckless actions angered her to the point of seclusion. As Amaterasu disappeared, the earth grew cold, crops withered, and chaos threatened to overtake everything. The other gods, desperate to bring back the light, devised a plan to lure her out. With mirrors and the laughter of joyous celebration, they managed to capture her attention, and she finally emerged, restoring light and life to the world. This myth captures the deep cultural significance of Amaterasu, showcasing her as a deity whose presence is essential for the continuation of life itself. The story of Amaterasu speaks to themes of resilience and the cyclical nature of light and darkness, both literally and metaphorically. She is a goddess of renewal, embodying the persistence of light and the natural world's return to order even after disruption. Her tale reminds us of the power of withdrawing to regain strength, as well as the importance of community and harmony. In Japan, she is still honored in shrines and rituals, a symbol of both personal and cosmic balance. Through Amaterasu, We see the divine feminine as an active, central force in the fabric of life, radiating warmth, protection, and an unwavering commitment to the welfare of the world. Sedna, the powerful sea goddess of the Inuit people, holds a unique and revered place in the spiritual practices of Arctic cultures. Known as the ruler of the ocean and the creatures within it, Sedna is a central figure in Inuit mythology, her story intertwined with themes of survival, respect, and the delicate balance between humans and nature. Sedna's tale often begins with a tragic backstory involving betrayal, hardship, and her transformation into a deity who oversees the ocean's depths. Her myth is one of sorrow and resilience, as she becomes the source of life in a region where the sea provides sustenance, livelihood, and meaning. According to Inuit legend, Sedna was once a human girl who, through betrayal or a terrible storm, found herself cast into the freezing waters. As she struggled, her fingers and sometimes her limbs were severed, transforming into seals, whales, and other sea creatures as they drifted away. Eventually, she descended to the ocean floor, becoming the goddess who commands marine life. As a deity, Sedna is both protective and demanding, only releasing fish and other creatures to hunters who show her the proper respect and follow spiritual rituals. Her story illustrates the Inuits' profound respect for the ocean and a reminder that nature's gifts must be treated with care and reverence. Sedna's mythology speaks to the broader connection between humanity and the natural world, as well as the challenges of survival in a harsh environment. She is not a gentle goddess, nor one easily appeased. Her demands reflect the relentless nature of the Arctic itself, where balance is everything. Through Sedna, the Inuit people learn lessons of endurance, respect, and reverence for the powerful forces that sustain them. Her story serves as both a spiritual guideline and a practical one, highlighting the intricate relationship humans have with the environment. Even today, Sedna is invoked in ceremonies and honored as a source of life, a powerful reminder of the beauty and ferocity of the sea. Bendis, a Thracian goddess associated with the moon and the hunt, presents an intriguing figure shrouded in mystery and myth. Known for her dual nature, Bendis embodies both the peaceful and fierce aspects of the divine feminine. She was widely worshipped among the Thracians and later adopted by the Greeks, who blended her qualities with those of their own moon goddess, Artemis. Bendis was revered not only as a goddess of the hunt, but also as a symbol of duality and balance, qualities that resonated with her followers and made her unique among ancient goddesses. Her worship emphasized a harmonious relationship with nature and the night, representing an appreciation for the unknown and hidden realms. One of the most distinctive aspects of Bendis worship was the nocturnal festival known as the Bendidia, held in her honor. Celebrated with processions, dances, and torchlit horseback rides, the Bendidia showcased Bendis as a goddess who thrived in the twilight hours, guiding her followers in the liminal space between day and night. The rituals performed during this festival not only honored her, but also underscored the communal and protective aspects of her worship. The Greeks held her in high regard, even incorporating her cult into their religious practices in Athens. This cross-cultural acceptance speaks to the universal appeal of her mystery and duality, making her one of the few Thracian deities to gain prominence in the Greek pantheon. Bendis mythology and her nocturnal celebrations offer a compelling perspective on femininity, as both nurturing and powerful, connected to the rhythms of nature. Her presence in the night and her association with the moon underscore her role as a guide through the unknown, a protector who embraces both the shadows and the light. In a time when gods and goddesses often symbolized singular traits, Bendis balanced nature and her embrace of duality set her apart. Through her story, we are reminded of the power of mystery, the value of balance, and the unique beauty that emerges in the borderlands of light and darkness. Anahita, the Persian goddess of water, fertility, and wisdom, holds a revered place in ancient Iranian and Zoroastrian belief systems. As a goddess associated with rivers and life-giving waters, Anahita represents purity, strength, and the vital role of water in sustaining life. She is often depicted as a beautiful, radiant woman adorned with a crown and flowing garments, symbolizing her dual role as both a protective mother and a fierce warrior. Anahita is revered as a guardian of life's most precious resources, embodying the nurturing power of water and the sacredness of the earth's abundance. Anahita's influence extended across many aspects of life, from agricultural fertility to the spiritual cleansing of the soul. Her worship involved elaborate rituals, where prayers and offerings were made beside rivers or water sources to honor her life-giving power. In Zoroastrianism, she became a figure of moral and physical purification, symbolizing the cleansing of both the body and the spirit. Her followers viewed her as a source of wisdom and strength, a goddess who not only provided for them physically, but also offered guidance and protection in times of difficulty. Bridget, one of the most beloved deities in Celtic mythology, is a goddess of many roles. She is a healer, a protector, a bringer of fertility, and a patron of poetry and the arts. Originating in Ireland, Bridget embodies a blend of wisdom and strength, making her an essential figure in both spiritual and everyday life for the Celts. Her presence was so deeply rooted in Celtic culture that even as Christianity spread across the region, Bridget's essence endured, becoming Saint Bridget in an adapted form. Her devotees saw her as a source of inspiration and comfort, a goddess who connected the realms of life and death, art and war, spirit and matter. Bridget's mythologies often center on her role as a healer and protector of the family and community. She is associated with sacred wells, healing springs, and the art of smithing, a craft that requires both strength and a delicate touch, just like her influence. As a healer, she presides over childbirth, agriculture, and domestic animals, embodying fertility and the cycles of life. Her connection to poetry and knowledge highlights her role as a guide for those seeking creative inspiration and wisdom. Bridget's festival, Imbolc, which marks the beginning of spring, is a celebration of renewal, fertility, and the warmth she brings as the land awakens from winter's grasp. This festival includes rituals such as lighting candles and bonfires, symbolizing the return of light and hope. Bridget's story reveals a goddess who offers compassion, strength, and the power to create and nurture. She is the bridge between the old and the new, the fierce and the tender. Her endurance as both goddess and saint in Irish history speaks to the universality of her qualities. Even today, Bridget remains a symbol of resilience, nurturing, and creativity for those who honor her. Her mythology encourages a balance between strength and compassion, reminding us that power can be gentle and that creation, whether of life, art, or hope, requires both passion and patience. Neith is one of the oldest goddesses in the Egyptian pantheon, revered as the great weaver who spun the fabric of the universe itself. Ereshkigal, the Sumerian goddess of the underworld, is a formidable figure who reigns over the realm of the dead with absolute authority. As the elder sister of Inanna, the goddess of love and war, Ereshkigal's role stands in stark contrast to the vibrant, earthly life her sister embodies. While Inanna's domain covers the passions and chaos of the living world, Ereshkigal's realm is one of silence, finality, and introspection. She governs the great below, a dark and isolated domain where souls of the dead reside, enforcing the laws of death and ensuring the cycle of life remains unbroken. Her presence is a reminder of the inevitable journey all must take, adding depth to the mythologies of Sumer by addressing death as a natural counterpart to life. One of the most famous myths involving Ereshkigal is the descent of Inanna, in which Inanna ventures into the underworld to challenge her sister. As Inanna passes through each gate, she is stripped of her worldly power until she stands naked and vulnerable before Ereshkigal, who exacts her wrath on the intruder. Ereshkigal's punishment of her sister reinforces her authority, illustrating that no one, not even a powerful goddess like Inanna, can escape the realm of death unscathed. Eventually, Inanna is revived, but only after great sacrifices are made, underscoring Ereshkigal's power and the unbreakable laws governing life and death. Ereshkigal's tale invites contemplation on mortality, the unknown, and the acceptance of life's natural cycles. While often seen as a fearsome figure, Ereshkigal also symbolizes the wisdom found in accepting the inevitable, offering a sense of peace and perspective. Her role as the underworld's queen provides an essential balance to the gods of light and life, reminding us that death is a natural force that gives life its meaning and urgency. Through her, we see death not as an end but as a transformation, an essential phase in the cosmic order, ensuring that life continues to flow. In Norse mythology, Hel is a goddess with a unique domain, ruling over the realm of the dead where those who do not die in battle are destined to reside. Unlike the celebrated warriors who enter Valhalla, Hel's realm is quieter, reserved for souls who led ordinary lives or met less heroic ends. Hel, whose name is also used for her realm, is depicted as a somber and detached figure, reflecting the Norse perspective on death as both inevitable and impartial. As the daughter of the trickster god Loki and the giantess Angrboda, Hel embodies a blend of strength, independence, and a shadowy connection to the unknown realms, emphasizing her role as the keeper of those forgotten in tales of valor. Hel's depiction often portrays her as half-living, half-dead, symbolizing the border between life and death. This unique imagery serves as a reminder that death is part of the natural order, an inseparable counterpart to life. Although Hel's realm is not one of torment, it is depicted as a somber place, devoid of the grand feasts and battles of Valhalla.